Hello everyone, welcome to this brutally honest review of Into the Breach by Subset Games, the same people who made Faster Than Light. Now, this game is actually, I hate to say this, we're going to have several good game reviews in a row. Like, what the hell? I'm used to getting sent games and they're awful or mediocre. This is actually not bad. Actually, not even not bad. This is good. So, let's take a look. Options menu first. Very basic options menu for what you would expect for a pixel art game. Nothing particularly cool here. I mean, it does let you choose between what you want to do for your basic graphics and how crazy you want to go with the board scale. But there's just enough here. There's even a colorblind mode. Something that's becoming more common in games. I actually appreciate it. And you can turn on end turn confirmation just to make sure you are ready to end your turn. Now, it is a turn-based strategy game by the folks from FTL. I'm going to change to a basic squadron here. Let's go with Frozen Titans. You can unlock these extra squads with additional playthroughs, so the game actually motivates you to come back and play through, and each of these mech squads plays drastically different. I think we should actually play with the basic squad so you guys get the basic idea of how this works. You get coins based on achievements and victory medals with a particular squad, so it encourages you to play different squads. In addition to this, there's difficulty settings for you to make it harder or easier. And you also, might I add, get to take pilots with you. Which is really cool. They give a very special, unique ability, and then you get to choose what mech they're going to be piloting, whether it be the tank, artillery, or combat mech in this case. And then you drop. The whole premise is that Earth was destroyed by this species of kaiju-sized bugs referred to as the Vec. And you are being sent back in time to stop it. Different corporations of these small islands is where the Vec originated, and it's your job to stop it. We're actually going to go here where there's tidal waves so I can show you just about everything you can expect. So, yes, we finally have a Godzilla v. Jaeger Kaiju Battle Simulator as a turn-based strategy game. That's a freaking mouthful. Now, the way in which the game works is you'll notice that there's these yellow squares. That's where the tidal wave is going to come in and destroy it on the next turn. Now, the way this particular game works is that each turn you get to move and attack with each of your units, and you get to reset. And different attacks cause different things to happen. I suppose you would like a demonstration. Alright, if I move my mech here, for instance, it's now blocking his attack, and it's telling me that I'm going to take damage. This attack will push this unit back. Vec knocked into water, drown like bitches. Pretty straightforward. Now let's take the artillery unit, for instance. Now you can see that this attack is going here. I'm now going to change its direction by using the artillery unit to push him back. And then I'm going to move the tank up and push him back into the tidal wave zone, where this particular Vec is going to drown. And then I'm going to end my turn. Now at the start of the next turn, all the Vec effects take effect, and then we have the disaster of a tidal wave. Okay. So for this turn, we have a lot of things we need to do. We need to protect that bar, because that's one of our bonus objectives. We need to kill at least 7 enemies. That's another bonus objective. And we need to deal with what's in front of us. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to shoot him. This is the entire game, by the way. And now he's attacking his friend, which is really nice of him, in my opinion. Now, I'm thinking our best bet may be to stand here and take this, because they're going to hit that building if we don't. Our mechs are immune to water, so I'm kind of okay with that. But then again, I'm kind of not. So it's my choice to either let the building be destroyed and damage my power grid, which if it's reduced to 0, I lose the entire campaign, or to move in here and do some other shenaniganry. I think I'm just going to stand here and take this. So we're going to end our turn. No damage taken because the tidal wave hits first. Order of the way things go is very important to memorize and take into account. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is push him back. He's now blocking his friend. They're both going to drown. No worries. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to push him over. And the last thing we're going to do is get out of the water. And just for the giggles, we're going to punch you. And that's the end of my turn. Tile's on fire, you burn. Ooh. So, we did a miscalculation. We lost the bar. I fucked up. Happens. But now I have to pay for that miscalculation. Now there is one feature I didn't show you, and that's the fact that usually once per battle, you get to reset your entire turn. And that's the entirety of the game. You go through here to these different islands, do these fights. You're fighting mechs versus kaiju the whole time with strategies involving the changing of how you fight them based on what is going on the board. In this case, I'm supposed to protect a coal plant and defend an artillery unit. But the artillery unit will also provide me with assist. I can use the artillery unit. See, it's here in my unit list. And therefore, it will give me something else to throw at them. Now, you'll notice there's a different creature here now. You would be correct in assuming there are many, many different critters. Now, based on knowing that they drown if they hit the water, there's an instant kill. I know this artillery unit can fire, and how I see how it fires. So if I move it here and fire here, and then I just bash my way through. Move our other artillery unit up. And if you want to see something, see, I can reset the entire turn. We'll do that this battle, I promise. But I want to show you a different fight. There are over 25 different enemy units, not counting alpha units, in the game. Every one of them having a different way of attacking and a different mechanic. This scorpion here puts a web on my units and makes it where they can't move until I move them. So I have to move it. Now I've made a miscalculation. I can undo the move. Until I've attacked, the miscalculation is fine. I want to push him to block that guy from spawning. I want to move my guy over here to block this guy from spawning, and I want to shove him in the water. Now, when a unit tries to spawn and something's in the way, it takes a point of damage for blocking. Because that unit tried to come out of the ground and found you can't. Now, the other way you can damage, the last way you can really truly damage units, I need to get in position to shoot that square. That's going to be hard. Unless I just do this. is by knocking them into each other. They're both dead. Move my artillery defensively. End the turn. Now my tank is critically damaged. If it dies, the pilot will die. So I have to make maneuvers to make sure that my tank pilot is going to be okay. There we go. He's safe. And now he can shoot this guy to knock it in the water. It's done. It's done for. And we can punch this guy for extra XP. It's done. Turns over. Victory in one turn. But you see that eventually this gets to be super complicated. You have 7 or 8 enemies on the board. You only have 3 moves. There is always a combination of moves for you to figure out that will save everything in most cases. Sometimes you have to accept it's a no-win scenario and just deal with it being a no-win scenario. And that is Enter the Breach. It's simple, it's fun. There are hundreds of weapons. We were going through our live stream, and every time we completed an island, there were new weapons to buy. Like dozens of them. It's just a good overall game. Very similar to how FTL was. It's worth replaying through with different unit combinations, with different mechs. You can even build a custom set of mechs to take in. All of them have different starting weapons. All of them have different special abilities and movement mechanics, and then you can assign unique pilots to them. It just goes on and on. It's also very much in the vein of XCOM, in which you can rename the mechs and rename the pilots. So if that's what you're looking for to put your friends into life-altering circumstances that may get them killed, you can do it. Legitimately, it has been one of the funnest games I've played so far in 2018. Currently available on Steam for $15 or your US equivalent. Overall, a very good game and a very good second game by Subset Games, developers of Faster Than Light, aka FTL. In the meantime, see all you guys later, because tomorrow you will have Vermintide 2 as a review, up and ready to go. Your pony tech video has been delayed until just before I get on the plane to go to BabsCon is when I'm saving it, but it will be done and ready. In the meantime, good night, everybody. Check out the previous Brutally Honest review, and I will see you next time. Holy crap, I got 30 seconds. Previous Brutally Honest review, right over here. Patreon thing, right down in this area. Because that is how we roll, people, is how I pay the bills. Please do put something there if you can. It gets you special access to certain things. I will be at High Roller PonyCon, BabsCon, Winning City, and Crystal Fair. Fiaura HRPC in the description below is your code to get into High Roller PonyCon for 10% off. I'm out of time. Hit the like button, and I'll see you in the comment section. Bye!